We will start chapter 51, a narration on the accounts of the three devotees, Sai Satcharita. We had done till 116 verse, so we shall continue from 117 onwards. Alright? So, if you recollect the last where we ended, it says, those who wish to repay the Guru's beneficence by offering all the wealth in the world and thus offer what is Mayik or illusory to him, who gives what is not illusory but real, can they ever repay him by doing so? Now, this is where we had ended. Now, what happens is, every person has got an idea of what they can offer to the Guru. Now, sometimes people feel that, offering money or some sort of a cow, like in the previous chapter, previous line, it was written that he can offer a Kamdhenu for all you know. But even Kamdhenu, or for that matter, money, or for that matter, any such thing, it's not going to compensate for what you actually get from the Guru. So, we shall proceed further. Even if this body be given in offering to the Guru, the body too is but mortal, and even if the jiva be surrendered to him, it is in itself illusory. So what is he trying to say over here is this. See, a body means you have got n number of bodies that you have got till today, maybe millions. Now, if this one body that you are offering, what value can that body have where all your million lives, maybe henceforth the millions or millions of lives that you may be having are being completely eliminated? Think, do you understand? Do you think that is compensation enough? You are, suppose, getting realized in this life, alright? That means you have cut off a million lives ahead of you or no? If you have cut off a million lives ahead of you and you are telling the Guru, I am offering my body to you, do you think that's a compensation that you think it's worth that thing? I'm sorry. So that is the reason why he says, even if this body is given in offering to the Guru, the body too is but mortal. It is just some made up of elements. 5 elements, that is all. And beyond the 5 elements, there is nothing in that body. You cannot call that body as something worthwhile to offer it. It's like offering the Panchabhutas. It's not worth it. And even if the jiva be surrendered to him, it is in itself illusory. Suppose you say, I am surrendering my jiva to you. Jiva means this particular body, jiva atma as we call it, the one which is inside of us, supposedly, the entrapped being. Suppose you are offering that entrapped being to him, you think you can offer him something worthwhile there also? That also is not possible. So if you offer your body or even your jiva to him, it is not compensation in any which way. So Sadguru is the giver of the true, the real thing. But offering the Sadguru illusory things, how can that giver repay him? It is just impossible. What he is offering to you has no valuation in this material world. So you think it's like when they are printing this book and all that stuff, and it is such a painful thing for, I have seen Raj, she has gone and done this thing. So for her to put forward to the people, it has been really a very tough and an arduous task. I know, like last night, there was one mail sent to one person, and the question of $10 was there. $10 is not a great thing. What is it that you are offering? You are not offering anything. So in that matter, it cannot be compensated. There is no such thing as a compensation. If you take the book and if you read it, and the book can take you to a level which is far beyond what you can think of, do you think that the cost of some $21 is equal to that what you are getting? Cannot be calculated in those terminologies. Hence, with a single-minded devotion and faith, prostrating in obeisance, worship the Sadguru's feet by bowing your head on them and remembering with gratitude his beneficence. Beneficence. Now, this is something which you need to understand. Now, there was something which we were doing some few days ago. At that point in time, the question came up whether a person can get out of the material worldly trap and get realization or get into the material world, from the material to the spiritual. So I just said, let us say you are spending a very big time of your day, which is 1 hour for the satsang. In 24 hours, you are spending 1 hour for the satsang. You are logging in and you are sitting for the satsang. The moment you are logging in and sitting for the satsang, it is still a late. Still we are carrying on. Still we cannot complete. Still there is a lot of problems which are happening which you are not able to complete. Now think about it. In the balance 23 hours, what are you doing? The major part of the time you are sleeping. Okay? So there is no spiritual development there. You are eating, you are drinking, you are brushing your teeth, you are taking your bath, you are sending your children to school, dropping them, bringing them back, going to the market, bringing stuff from the market, cooking, going to work and doing so many hajar things in your world. Where is God there? You tell me, where is the God there? There is no God there. I'm sorry. If you are saying that, oh, I believe in you and I am thinking about you and then I am doing all this work, it's all bullshit and nonsense. Because you are thinking about rents, you are thinking about your house, you are thinking about taxes, you are thinking about cars, you are thinking about money, everything in this world you are thinking about. So when all these things are being thought about, where is the question of your spiritual development? There is no such thing. And by logging in for 1 hour, do you really think that is a compensation? For all the millions of lives that you have gotten, you want from this life, for which you are willing to spend 365 hours in a year. Think about it. So 365 hours, which is not even a few days of your life, and you want a very lengthy document saying that you are free to get out of these worldly entanglements. It is not a done thing. So the reason why it is important, a Gurukul system is very important for this reason. Please understand this. There in the Gurukul, you are not thinking about your children. You are not thinking about your house. You are not thinking about what is going to be happening in the other world. Your mind is fully focused on one single entity. And that single entity is self. The self. And you are very selfish in the self. Because when you are getting up in the morning, you have all the activities connected to it. You are doing your meditation, your this, your that, and so many other things. Full day you may be working in the ashram. You are not working in some company, you are working in the ashram or in the place. So your activities are diverted towards this particular thing. Since it is diverted towards this thing, you are 24/7 thinking only of that. Even in your dreams when you go to sleep, you will be thinking, oh, tomorrow I have to attend to this, so many people are coming and I need to see that their food is being kept ready, or I have to go and pick them up from the airport or something like that. So you are only working towards this one thing, isn't it? And those who have seen Eat, Pray, Love as a movie will understand this is what used to happen. Have you seen? Those who have seen, the person sits on top of the temple over there and he is meditating even over there. And he calls up the heroine and says, you come and sit with me up over there. So right from morning to night, they are in the ashram and the activity is only ashram activity. So when this gentleman goes back to his United States, a person cannot concentrate there, so he has to come back. He maybe comes back later on. So the idea is, today you yourself put your hand on your heart and think for yourself, do you really think you are anything, even giving 20% of your time in spiritual? The answer is No, capital No. So where is the question of spiritual development? It doesn't seem to happen because you are bothered about your anger. Full day you are angry about something. Full day you are bothered about something. Full day there are tensions. I have to reach here, I have to go there, my children have to be dropped, my children have to be picked up, and my school, this thing is happening, and my bank, I have to go to work, I have to run to the office, I have to reach here, I have to reach there. Can you imagine all these things and you think you are being in spiritual? If somebody is telling me that they are in spiritual this way, I think they are mistaken. So the only thing which happens when an ashram atmosphere or an atmosphere where you stay with your guru, where you stay with him. See all these people, who are all these people over here? What they did, they went and stayed in the Shirdi and they were there with him throughout. So at such point in time, and those who have done Guru Charitra or those who have done any other spiritual texts, you will find that when Ramakrishna Paramahansa also, the story of his came into the picture, he used to always tell them, oh, where is so and so, where is so and so, where is so and so. He used to drag them towards him. But they were never with him except a couple of people. Then what happened? After that, Vivekananda drew everything towards him. And he formed a group and everybody stayed with that group. And then they had a single pointed devotion. So now see this verse and then try to make sense of this verse. This verse is so very important. Try to make sense of it. Hence with single-minded devotion and faith. Where is the faith? Again, the question of faith comes up very, very soft, very, very quickly like this. Where is the faith? When you are thinking, oh, I don't have any money. Oh, where am I going to pay this from? Oh, what am I going to do? I think those who have come with me to Baba's ashram over there, he said, no, why are you bothered? Go and get this from the market. All arrangements will be made. The rain will stop. Who are you to think that the rain is not going to stop? This is the power. And if you believe in this kind of a power, if you believe this is what truly spirituality means, then there is nothing in this world that can hold you back. Nothing in this world can hold you back. But when you have everything going on for you, how much time do you actually spend? You think of yourself. So, prostrating in obeisance, worship the Guru's feet by bowing your head in them and remembering with gratitude his beneficence. To remember the debt of the Guru constantly is truly an ornament to the disciple, while those disciples who try to repay it will only lose their own happiness. So you think that by giving certain amount of money or funding something or doing some great charity that you think you are doing, do you really believe that you are going to be getting some spiritual veil out of it? I'm sorry, that is not the way. If you really believe in those kind of words. So, having heard the story so far, the listeners are now thirsting for more, and seeing their eager curiosity, I shall narrate one more story. Like the worldly people, the saints also show their brotherly love, or rather convey in essence how they prompt in guiding the people. Or maybe Sai instructs in spiritual matters for the benefit of his devotees by making himself on different roles, taking on different roles. A brief story of this significance will now be narrated. Listen to it respectfully, your listeners, so that you will come to know how the saints recognize the mark of other saints without being told. Once, Sri Vasudevananda of the order of the sannyasi called Saraswati came to the famous Raj Mahendra city on the bank of Shri Godavari. Those who want, next time in case if you come, I can show you this Vasudevananda's, I have a very beautiful text of his, I can show you. Okay? So, he was a great sage at that point in time, by the way. So, Saraswati, they have these Puri, Saraswati, these are the various names given if you come from one of these four matas. The matas are actually 5 now. They have been established by Adi Shankaracharya, right from the one which is a Sringeri and Dwarka, then all those Puri and all that. Alright, so he was from the Saraswati clan, and so when he came over there from the Raj Mahendra city on the bank of Shri Godavari, he has a great intuitive knowledge and was a staunch advocate of the karma marg, that is the path of action. We were yesterday doing the various paths, in that we said the path of action is the second one, but the path of devotion is the one which will take us far beyond there. And devotion is what we learnt in the lines 117, 18, 19 and 20. 4 lines you will see. So here, he had a great intuitive knowledge and was a staunch advocate of the Karma Marg, the sacred Ganga on whose fame still echoes the surface of this earth. On hearing such fame, he travelled from year to year. Faithful devotees from Nanded, like the noted lawyer Pundarik Rao and others, made a firm resolve to take his darshan. And so these people set out and arrived at the Rajmahendra city. In the morning, they went to the bank of the Goda for the Swami's darshan. In the auspicious time of the morning, all the people from Nanded set out to bathe in the Ganga, that is the Godavari, singing stotra. Seeing the Swami standing there, they prostrated in obeisance with great feelings. As a question of well-being, etc., was mutually being exchanged, the topic of Shirdi came up quite casually. And as Sai's name came out to his ears, Swami folded his own hands in obedience and said, "He is our brother and completely free from desires. We have great love for him." You will find that those who come from the similar background, they will always call the other one as the brother or younger brother or something like that. You should always listen to the words when they say them, You will find that they speak in a very, very peculiar language. The sages, they talk in a very peculiar language. You have to catch the words very, very carefully. So here he is saying, Vasudevananda is saying that, my brother, picking up a coconut from there and giving it to Pundalikara. He said, offer this at the lotus feet of my brother with folded hands when you go to Shirdi. Convey my obeisance and tell him from me that, may your grace be upon this poor creature that I may never forget him. Let my love for him keep on growing forever. When you go to Shirdi village again, remember to offer this to my brother with my regards. Although we, the Swamis, have a restriction that we should not bow to anyone, yet on certain occasions it is beneficial to violate that rule. And now please understand this, nobody bows. In those who are of the similar order, never bow down to the other. It is not expected or it is not important to bow down. But there is only one person who bows down to everybody, and that he is called Krishna. He bows down to literally everybody, right from a woman in the street to a person who may be the oldest in the clan as well. So you will find that in the entire Bhagavatam, in the entire story of Krishna, he pays obeisance to even a prostitute on the road. I am sure you will hear this story from me when we come to that. And he pays it even to Bhishma, or the highest of the traditional gurus. He goes and bows down at their feet. The other Swamis will never bow down. Never. Because they are not expected to. But Krishna is the one who will bow down to everybody, including the man in the street. If he believes that that man in the street is his devotee, he will go and touch his feet. He doesn't have that hassle. So this is what he does. Alright. Yet on certain occasions it is beneficial to violate that rule. Hence when taking Sai Darshan, let not this thing be forgotten and remember to offer this coconut at Sai's feet. On hearing his words, Pundalikara bowed at his feet and said, as is Swami's command, so will it be obeyed. With great respect I will obey the command, for I consider myself blessed on account of this. In this way, surrendering to the Swami with single-minded devotion, Pundalikara went away from there. When the Swami called Baba his brother, was it meaningless? Baba always acted according to the Shruti, which says, till you are alive, always follow the vow of Agnihotra. That is, keeping the fire morning and evening after offering the fire a handful of rice. Agnihotra. See, in most of these great sages' places, there is these rituals that are followed. The rituals are very peculiar in nature. When we visit a couple of places, you will come across these kind of very peculiar rituals. You will find that some people follow a ritual of bowing down to every deity in every corner of the place. They will automatically, in front of you, they will do like this, like this, like this. And now you may think those people are mad. No, they have a peculiarity because that is what they are there for. So in the same way, in Shirdi, if you ever go, you will find the dhuni is always lit. The dhuni is always lit. But in other sages' places, it is not lit. It is not the dhuni. It is his connection with that. The connection with that person is very, very essential and important. So they do it according to that particular methodology. Alright? Again, when you visit some of the great ashrams in this world, you will find that there are particular sequences. Some people follow a particular methodologies. In some places they will offer you poha, what do you call it, beaten rice, and they will offer you some gul means jaggery and stuff like that. In some places they will offer you completely different. You will wonder, what is this batasas and all. Batasas, that's a sugar candy. They'll offer you batasa. In some other places they will offer you something else. Okay? In most of the places in South India, you will follow, if you go to an ashram, they will offer you this puliogare type of a rice. I'm sure you must have seen. And singdana, what do you call that, groundnut, peanuts. Some places they will offer you this. So, everywhere the systems are different, and it is depending on this system that is followed in a particular place. If you go to Shirdi, you will find that a peculiar type of a khichdi is made. Khichdi? Not bisi bele bhat, that other rice which you make in South India. It's pongal. It's a type of a pongal, but it is not pongal. Though it's a mixture of some, grains and stuff like that, and it is made very soft, exclusively soft. A certain type of vegetable may be offered with it. The system is completely different, and these are peculiarities of every individual place. So like a dhuni, you will find the food is also peculiar to that place. It's got speciality. Alright? So what people call the dhuni would always be in front of Baba, burning day and night. It was Baba's vow to keep it so. The well-recognized means like Agnihotra for purifying the heart, which leads to attainment of Brahma, Baba practiced in order to guide the people to the right path. Sri Vasudevananda Saraswati was also a yati, that means a sannyasi as well as an observer of vows. Those who are sannyasis, they wear normally orange clothes. Sometimes they wear white, depending on the order that they come from. The order, everywhere there are different orders. And you will find that these orders are very, very important. They follow them very, very strictly. So if you go to Ramakrishna Mission over here, you will follow the people over there. They wear a particular type of clothes. They have certain systems over there in place. So he was a sannyasi of a observer of vows. Was it then meaningless that he called Baba his brother? Then before a month was over, Pundalik Rao had the opportunity to go for Sai's darshan with 4 friends. They took with them their luggage, some fruits, and also without forgetting the coconut. Their minds happy and at peace, they set out for Sai's darshan. And then they got down at Manmad, and feeling thirsty they went to the stream, as there was still some time for the train to leave for Kopargaon. As drinking water on an empty stomach is harmful to health, somebody who had brought a packet of chivda took it out. Chivda is beaten rice, flattened beaten rice, and they put singdanas and all those type of things. It's called chivda. And Nasik side, there is a particular type of a chivda which is very. If you ever go over there on that side, it is available in total. Those who want it can check it out. Okay, it is called Bhanang. Okay, Bhanang is very famous. It's a particular type of a chivda. There is a Nasik chivda, there is a Mumbai chivda, there is all Kolhapur type ka. That is made in a different way. So this chivda is very, very tikha, because they come from a region over there where they put that very tiny chilli. It's like your chilli padi in South Asia, it's very tikha. The moment they give one tadka to it, the smell will hit your ceiling and it got tap onto your head. So now these people have brought this chivda. So what happens? And he took it out. A pinch of it in the mouth, and it was found to be too hot. It was very, very spicy. So all their effort they felt was in vain, as it would not be an eatable without some fresh coconut. So one of them said to the other, I think of a way out. Let us break a coconut and mix it with the chivda and then just see the marvel of the taste. No sooner was the word coconut pronounced that lo, here was a coconut already. What was the delay in breaking it open? Once mixed with it, the chivda was simply delicious. After eating, they all drank water. The moment the word coconut was uttered, they appeared the coconut. No one else. No one asked whose it was. Such was the intensity of the hunger that it made them oblivious of everything else. Later, after returning to the station and boarding the train to Kopargaon, Pundalikara suddenly remembered the coconut on the way. Seeing that Shirdi had come near, Pundalikara became very restless and agitated that it was the coconut given by Vasudevananda, which was mixed with the chivda by mistake. This is the word, the mistake. By mistake is a very important word. See, we always think everything happens by mistake. But see the turn of events that happens. On realizing that the coconut had been broken, Pundalikara was filled with fear and his whole body began to tremble. An offense had been committed against a saint. He felt very sad, thinking, oh, how grave a sin I have committed. Now the Swami's curse will come upon us. All that I prattled away there has been in vain. This line, is very strange. The Swami's curse. I have often wondered why would a Swami curse for one coconut? I don't understand. Think about it. I don't think any Swami is going to curse another person for a coconut or some stupid thing. No. Nobody curses. Nobody curses that way. See, the curse comes in anger. It's only the anger which provokes a person to say some curses. But a Swamiji or a person, a God's man doesn't even curse. He won't curse. Okay? So, on seeing such a fate of that coconut, Pundalikara was stunned with amazement at his own deception. Now, what can I offer to Baba? How can I explain to him? Oh, how can I show my face now that I have lost the coconut? Pundalikara was very sad in the mind on seeing that which was to be offered at Sai's feet had already been eaten up. He thought to himself that it was indeed an insult to the saints. Now when Baba asks for the coconut, all will put their faces down in shame, because in everyone's mind will be the guilt that it has been their snack at Manmar. Today the coconut is not with me anymore. To tell him the truth, I felt ashamed, but it will not do to tell a lie. So Sai Maharaj is omniscient. See, we all have this very funny habit, when we eat something on the sly, we don't want to tell the person what that we have eaten. So you ask a child, he is having in his mouth, and you ask him, what are you eating? Nothing. With the mouthful also he will say the same thing. So, and forget the children, the elders are like that. The elders will be told, see, there is that sweet in the fridge. Don't eat it. You have got diabetes. You come in the evening and you find that thing is gone from there. And you ask the person, there was one sweet over here. Where did it go? The immediate response is, I don't know. You see, the answer is always going to be, I don't know. So you persist, You persist. Oh, I gave it away. But it was my sweet. Why did you give it away? The person will give you some fancy responses, okay? Or there are chocolates in the fridge or somewhere, And suddenly you will find the things have disappeared. And you wonder, gaya kidhar? And you ask everybody, did you eat? Did you eat? Did you eat? Everybody is going to say, no, I did not eat. So who has eaten? But some ghost came and ate? I don't know. We are all like this, okay? So think about it. It's our peculiarity. Some stupid thing. Even this coconut is such a silly object. Yet, it has got value because a coconut is called a Shri fir. I don't know how many of you really know about it. Shri fir. The fruit that is offered to Shri. Shri is Sri Krishna. He is offered that fruit. Alright. And the coconut is also a representation of Ganesha. Those who do puja will know. The Ganesha is put in that first. And then Satyanarayan puja, those who have seen, they put that Taman and that Kalash. On top of it, they will keep one coconut, reverse order, That is the God. Alright, so that is Shri Fal we call it. Alright, so it has its importance, no doubt about it. Today the coconut is not with me anymore to tell him that truth. I felt ashamed, but it will not do to tell a lie, for Sai Maharaj is omniscient. However, when they took Sai's darshan, they were all very happy with tears of joy springing in their eyes. All the faces were most cheerful. At present, we send messages day and night on the wireless. And now we should say WhatsApp and Viber and all that. That time it was wireless. Okay, and flaunt our achievements being filled with pride. For this we have set up wireless stations for which unlimited money is spent. During those time to set up a wireless station was unlimited money, and today the amount of money that we spend on our messaging, the messaging technology has become so great. The companies are billions of dollars worth they spend to just buy one messaging company. Think about it. So, but the saints do not require such means. They send messages through their minds. At that time when the Swami gave the coconut to Pundalik Rao, he had already sent a wireless message to Sainath. No wireless, no wire only. Just message, ting, like that. It is all going without wires. A magical message. When Pundalik Rao was taking darshan, Sai Baba said on his own, "Bring my thing which you have brought from my brother." Greatly saddened, Pundalik Rao said, holding fast to Sai's feet, "There is no other way for me but to beg your forgiveness. What can I say? I have remembered about the coconut, but hungry as we were, we went to the stream and all of us completely forgot. As we ate the chivda, this very same coconut was broken and mixed with it. But I will bring another coconut. Please accept it without any anger." You will understand the sages have a very peculiar way of talking. Now you think that they are talking in a very funny manner. Actually they ask you the question in a roundabout way. The same thing they will ask you, you won't understand. You think, oh, wow. Then later on in the evening or later on during the day, you'll say, oh, how did he know about all these things? You know, this is the thing. So, at that time, some people, they will say lies and they want to get out of it. No, I don't know. This is not there, that is not there. But there are some people who are truthful enough to accept what they have said. And they say, yes, I'm sorry, I have done this thing. These people are easily forgiven. But those who really want to lagav chakli, go round and round and round and round, till you finally, you have to do lot of probing. It's like a NSA activity or CIA or KGB type. Secret service activity has to be performed. Devices and all have to be kept in secret places. Then only you will say, such point in time is not important. You will find that just the activity itself, tap, like that. They will catch you at it. You won't even know this has happened. Okay? Right? So, let us say. So saying, as Pundalik Rao began to get up to bring the fruit, Sai Maharaj was seen stopping him by holding his hand. Unknowingly, I have betrayed the trust. But merciful as you are, please take me under your wing. I beg your forgiveness. Be merciful to me, for I am your great offender. A great virtuous sadhu like Swami, but even this word have I disregarded, and the fruit which should have been offered to you, I have eaten it up. This is the transgress the limit set by the saints. Oh, what a great sinner I am. Is there any way to atone for this sin? Oh, how can I have become so shameless? After listening to what has happened, Shri Sai said with a smile, why should one take the coconut in hand at all if it could not be safeguarded properly? You see, you should never accept a responsibility of anything which you are not in a position to handle. Do you understand this? It's a very important line. If you cannot handle a simple responsibility, never take it up. Don't even accept it. At that point in time, you should say, I'm sorry, I will not be in a position to do it. But let us say you have assumed that you have taken up the responsibility. Yes, I take up the responsibility. Don't crib about it. Don't complain about it. Just do what you are supposed to do. And after you finish your responsibility, don't tell the world, I did it. What do you think that is? I did it means what? No, it is just a job that you have been offered because you have been considered well for that job. Alright? It's like many a times you will find that some jobs are given and then you may involve a few more people. The few more people may think no end of themselves. They may think that they are doing a great favor. You should not involve such type of people then, because it is not for the favor that is important. What these people don't seem to understand is by doing that activity, it is releasing them from this cycle of karma. Understand this. The cycle of karma is happening continuously. They are getting a release from that. Nobody understands this. People believe that they are doing a favor. Please stop thinking that you are doing any favors. Nobody is doing any favor. Actually, the saint is doing favor to you by cutting off so many lives. I started with this. You have got millions of lives ahead of you and they are being cut right there in the center. So you should never think that this is something great. So here, the idea of the coconut should be considered in this manner. The value of fruit. Where are we? I think we are 174, no? Okay, I'll read from it. But should it result in this, is this all my trustworthiness? My brother's wish was not fulfilled. Is this the way you work? He said, the value of the fruit can never be equaled, even if you bring many others. But now, what had happened has happened. Why feel sad for it needlessly? When Swami gave you the coconut, it was but by my wish, and it is only by my wish that the fruit got broken. Then why regard yourself as the doer unnecessarily? If you take up the responsibility, then the sin comes into your head. That means the karma is yours. But if you leave it at the feet of the Lord, or you believe that this is how it has to be, not deliberately, don't use your mind and do it, then it becomes a double karma double dose for you, okay? Don't get trapped in that. That which happens naturally, okay? So, why feel sad for it needlessly? When Swami gave you the coconut, it was by my wish, and it is only by my wish that the fruit got broken. Then why regard yourself as a doer unnecessarily? You harbor an egoistic attitude and hence regard yourself as an offender. But just adopt the attitude of being a non-doer and all your troubles will be avoided. That means no karma will accrue to you. All the karma will be Baba's, not yours. Why do people own their meritorious deeds alone and not their sins? We all love to take credit, isn't it? Oh, I did it. But when it's a matter of sins, when it's a matter of something going wrong, nobody wants to acknowledge that I did wrong. They will always blame the other party. Think about it. We will always blame the other person in the world. Oh, he did this to me. That is why I am in this trouble. Sorry. You are equally important. You have taken, it is because that you are there that happened, isn't it? So something that happened, the nariyal got broken, it was handed to you, so you also are a part of it. But the moment you take your ego in place and try blaming somebody else, you get a double dose of the same thing. Please understand this. You don't understand. Not only your karma comes to you, but the one which is supposed to be that other person's also comes to you. Because you have taken the credit of it. So, accept it. Yes, I have made a mistake. So, does not matter. The coconut fell in the hollow of your palm only because I wish that you should come to meet me. This is the whole truth. You are also my children. The fruit that fell in your mouth has itself been offered to me. Regard it as having reached me most certainly. Only when thus persuaded did Pundalik's aroused mind calm down by Baba's words, and slowly his sadness disappeared. Loss of the coconut was just an excuse. By Baba's instructions, his sadness of the mind melted away. In this way, they who are enveloped by false ego become free from conceit and faultless. This is what you always have to remember. When you are doing the saint's job, the sage has offered you a certain job and you are supposed to do it without conceit. Don't say, I did it, I did it, I did it. You are not doing anybody a favor. Remember this, you are cutting off your millions of lives over there. So you better be thankful for what you are doing and not take credit for it. And whatever that comes about, accept it. That which comes to you naturally, you need to accept it. Don't keep on blaming. Oh, because of you I fell in trouble. Sir, you have been put in trouble for that reason only. But if you go by conceit and if you keep on saying that, oh, I am in trouble, this has happened, that person came and did this to me and that to me. Don't go about all those things. Alright? Okay. Loss of the coconut was just an excuse by Baba's instructions. His sadness of the mind melted away. In this way, those who have enveloped by false ego become free from conceit and faultless. This is the whole essence of the story, that as the mind becomes free from ego, so also does it become more deserving of spiritual welfare, and it will cross over this worldly life effortlessly. Now listen to a unique and a charming experience of a third devotee, and you will gradually see Baba's incomparable glory and the grandeur of his power. In the northern part of Bandra Taluk, near the suburb of Bandra, at a place called Santa Cruz, lived one Durandar family, who were the Hari devotees. All the brothers were fond of saint and had a steadfast devotion to Shri Ram. With a single-minded faith in Ram Nam, they did not like to interfere with other people's business. Their way of life was very simple, and so were the lifestyles of their children. The ladies of the house were also faultless in their behavior, and hence Chakrapani, that is, Sri Vishnu, was indebted to them. Balram was one of them who was renowned for his meritorious deeds, and whose standing with the rulers was very high. He was a devotee of Shri Vitthal. Everybody liked him. The gem born in to a Ram devotee appeared in the earth on 19th February in the year 1878. This adornment of the Pathare Prabhu community was born in Bombay as a well-known respectable family in the year 1878. He was proficient in Western education and had been enrolled as an advocate and was well versed in philosophy and famous everywhere as a learned man. He had a loving devotion to the god Panduranga and was fond of the spiritual pursuits. Whereas the father's chosen deity was Ram, the son's devotee was devoted to Vitthal. So both are one and the same, but forms are different. Okay. As the brothers were degree holders with a religious bent of mind, on Balram, however, the purifying, sanctifying influence of the pure seed, his father, was most remarkable. In some of the households, you will find that some children lean towards the spiritual and some don't even lean towards the spiritual. They become atheists or they become God haters or whatever. So you will find that this kind of thing happens in families. An attractive, beautiful presentation of arguments, pure, straightforward thinking, a sharp intellect and righteous conduct. These were the virtues worth emulating. He had done a great deal of social service and had himself written on account of the community. When the self-imposed responsibility was discharged, he set out on the spiritual path to attain the spiritual wheel. There too he made good progress and becoming proficient in the Bhagavad Gita and the Jnaneshwari, which he studied carefully, he became renowned for his knowledge in spiritual subjects. He was a great devotee of Sai. He died at a young age in the year 1925. Listen to the brief life story. On 9th June in the year 1925, he entered the earthly journey and merged with Sri Vitthal. The Durandar brothers had an opportunity to go to Sai's court for the saint's darshan on the auspicious day in the year 1912. 6 months earlier, the eldest brother Babulji, along with Vaman Rao, had returned happily from Shirdi after taking darshan. To experience for themselves the sweet experience and to get the benefit of the unique darshan, Balram and others went to Shirdi. Even before they arrived, Baba said in front of everybody, "Today many people from my darbar are coming here." If you remember, I said a few days ago, there is an inner circle, there is a second circle, then there is a third circle, then there is a fourth circle. Like there are various circles there, 1, 2, 3, 4, like that. Remember, this second circle that is there, or rather the one which is right next to the devotee, right next to the deity, that particular one, they have a circle within a circle. That means, you see A, B, C, D, E, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, right round, that one will have a circle round itself. 2 will have a circle round itself. 3 will, like that, there are circle within circles, and these form